everyone, I'm Anna, your knowledge host, and today we'll talk about the pulse of a volcano. Have you ever heard that a volcano has a pulse, like human beings? Not only have you not heard of this before, but also the rest of the world haven't. There was no academic journal that revealed such happenings previously until the recently released research paper by the Academia Sinica of Taiwan. Dr. Lin Chen Hong and his research team found that the Tatung volcanoes have human-like pulse with a regular rhythm.
This is the position of microseismic monitor. Every position we arrived, we will connect this controller and the monitor to activate the monitor with the controller. And the monitor starts operation. As it started, we will move on to the next position.
Dr. Lin of Institute of Earth Sciences of the Academia Sinica and his research team has set up about 140 monitoring stations spread over northern Taiwan to detect the existence of magma chambers deep underground in this wide extent. Over the past 3 years, they have monitored the seismic activity, the temperature above the craters, the uprising of the crust in the monitoring area, and the gas released near craters.
There are 4 major indicators, including the increase of earthquake happening, the deformation of the crust of the Earth, the change of volcanic gas amount, and atmospheric temperature measurement. These are 4 major indicators of volcanic eruption.
After long experiments and monitoring, Dr. Lin found that there is a strange phenomenon, that is the regularity of seismic happenings. It is the first ever finding in the history of earthquake study. The rate of the volcano pulse, that is a small-scale seismic, is happening about every 18 minutes. Totally, it would have around 70 to 80 regular heartbeat-like seismic pulsations within 1 day time frame. It's almost the same rate as human pulse per minute.
The factual findings are that we monitor more than 100 earthquakes happening at Dayukan area, and they have 18 minutes interval between each. Consecutively, respectively, around every 18 minutes each. It is not published worldwide. We cannot find any documentation of periodic earthquakes like this.
Dr. Lin said the Tatung volcano group has lots of craters, and the magma chamber they found lies 20 kilometers underground near Jinshan and Wanli. As long as the quantity of lava mass accumulated to the utmost, those craters would be like fumaroles to help release the lava flow out to the surface of the earth. If it happens, the craters up on Qixing Mountain, Daoyukan, and Huanzui Mountain would bear the full force of the eruption. Fortunately, it is located in the mountain area of Shilin district of Taipei. Damage to population and property will be limited depending on the scales.
We have lots of small seismic at Dayukan. We assume that the nearby this area could be, we cannot promise 100%. But for the time being, abnormal volcanic gas release is the same. We presume that here is the most possible crater. Is it big scale, small scale? We don't know yet.
But he emphasizes that it is hard to say which crater will be first to erupt, because we don't have experience of the eruption at all. The latest eruption of the Tatung volcanoes was at least 5,000 to 6,000 years ago. Before this assumption, scientists presumed that the last eruption of Tatung volcanoes was 100 to 200,000 years ago. This is the reason why Tatung volcanoes were identified and perceived by scholars and the public as a dormant volcano. But since the pulse-like regularity of seismic activity has been found, Dr. Lin and his team confirmed that the Tatung volcanoes is an active volcano group. The academic definition of a dormant volcano is a volcano in a deep sleep, and it had no eruptions within the past 10,000 years and has no magma chambers underneath. Tatung volcanoes used to be verified as a dormant, yet under long-term investigation by Dr. Lin and his team, it is now recognized as an active one. Because it has a magma chamber and its last eruption was within 5,000 to 6,000 years ago, Dr. Lin said with their findings, they can classify an obviously big earthquake in advance. Just as he mentioned in the beginning, there are 4 factors to verify the scale of an eruption, and that leads to the estimation of the scale of the earthquake on the fault triggered by the eruption. However, it is hard to say which one comes first. It might be an earthquake on the fault that induces an eruption, and vice versa. An eruption might activate an earthquake on the fault. Nevertheless, they are now having the ability to identify a major eruption in advance as early as 2 weeks before or 2 months before. It is critical for the safety of the population and property in the potential affected areas such as Metro Taipei or the Langyang Plain and Yilan. The most famous dormant volcano eruption in history was that of the Mount Vesuvius in Italy, near city Pompeii of ancient Rome on August 24, 79 AD. Almost 2,000 people died after they were buried alive under the volcanic ash and mud. The Mount Vesuvius that looms over the Bay of Naples was once recognized as a dormant volcano, but it was not. Geologists found that it has magma chambers underneath. Yet there were no knowledge, technology, or gadgets in ancient Rome that Dr. Lin and his team have now. As the story tells us, if ancient Romans could find any signs of intensive earthquakes, deformation of the terrain, rapid accumulation of volcanic gases, and rising surface temperatures in excess of averages, 2,000 lives could have been saved. I'm your host Anna, and I hope you enjoyed today's episode. Stay tuned for more videos on Funday website.